I could start this video off the dirty way by asking you whether you say sauce or gravy, but things might get a little heated. There's some pretty big food debates between Italian and Italian American meals. I'm Maria, a first-generation Italian American and Italian teacher with close family both in Calabria and in New York. I've literally lived on both sides of this debate, and I've seen how something simple like a plate of pasta can spark some serious opinions. Over the years, I've learned how to navigate both worlds, and I want to share that with you. And the last food debate I'm going to talk about is the most heated one. Again, because I have to say it, this is my personal experience. Okay, this is not the experience of absolutely everybody in the world, Italy, US. This is me, my experience. And if you want to share yours, I totally encourage it. I would love to read about it. Let me know in the comments. One thing that often surprises Italian Americans is just how regional the food in Italy really is. What's normal in one part of Italy can be totally unheard of in another part of Italy. Or it could even have a completely different name or a twist on it. Per esempio, for example, in Calabria, you see induja, which is like a spicy sausage, almost everywhere. But in Milan, you're more likely to see risotto, and you don't really see induja anywhere. Even the pizza varies. Some places will often have a thin, crisp crust. Other places will have a more thick bread with a softer crust. Other places have pizza or focaccia, more so than pizza. It's really about where you go. So when you go to Italy, do your research on what the local cuisine is and what dishes you absolutely have to try. For example, Rome has a carbonara. It's incredible. Another heated debate is the pizza toppings. Pizza in Italy, I found, is more simple than not. So you're talking margherita, marinara, maybe a few little toppings. The Italian American versions, you've got Chicago deep dish, you've got, dare I say, pineapple on pizza, you've got penne alla vodka on pizza. There's a lot of crazy variations to pizza here. So here's a tip. You don't have to give up on your favorites when you go to Italy, but staying as authentic as you can will get you really tasty food. Just like before, Italian desserts are often tied to their regions. For example, you have cassata and cannolis in Sicily and tiramisu in Veneto. I remember at a friend's birthday party, someone came up to me and said, "Oh, the cake is Italian. You must know about it." And they assumed I knew about it. I had to gently explain that my roots were Calabrese and that even though the cake was Siciliana, I had no idea about what it was. It was hilarious, and he assumed that because I was Italian and the cake was Italian, that therefore I must know about it. And that's not always the case because the food is very regional. The fact that it is very regional makes it more authentic when you do visit. It's fun. By the way, if you don't just want to talk about Italian food in English and you actually want to speak a little bit of Italian and order your meals in Italian and fit right in when you do go to Italy, then click the link below for my free Italian lesson for beginners. It's designed for English speakers who want to learn a little bit of Italian. This next debate caused me to go a little bit viral a few years ago. It's the coffee debate. I had a YouTube short go viral because I explained that a latte that you get at Starbucks is actually milk in Italian. Even coffee is a very regional and cultural thing in Italy. It's very different than here in the States. The everyday drink there is just a shot of espresso, or as you can say, un caffè. It's usually enjoyed at the bar, al bar, or standing up. You could sometimes sit and have it maybe with a brioche for breakfast. It's almost like an essential part of breakfast. In Italian American life, however, coffee is huge with multiple cups a day. You grab it to go quickly on your way to work. And oftentimes it's flavored with syrups and sugars and like who knows what else. Of course, that's not always the case, but I'm sure you could see the two differences between the coffee culture. I have an entire video on coffee culture differences, from here in the States to Italy. And they even teach you how to order in it. So for that video, I will leave the link in the description. Okay, I promised I would sneak this debate in. It is definitely the most heated one, so I'm a little nervous for the comment section here. The sauce versus gravy debate comes up a lot for some reason. All I can really say is that I've only ever heard sauce. And I don't know if that's because I have Calabrese roots or I really don't know. So if you call it gravy or you know why this debate even sparked in the first place, let us know in the comments. But no matter what, at the end of the day, it is delicious. If you enjoyed this video, then I know you are sure to love this one right here, where we chat about whether Italian Americans are considered Italian or not. Ci vediamo. Ciao.